Hello, I'm Wendy Wilson, and I'd like to welcome you to another edition of Realizing Potential. Today, I have two of my famed and very respected colleagues here at Albany State University, Dr. Sarah Kuck and Dr. Nneka Oswae, and they are here to share one of our engagements as it relates to our faculty and then also our students as well. And so I'll have them to tell a little bit about their background regarding their roles here at Albany State University. And then we will go a little further and talk about this upcoming event that we're really excited about. Doctors Sarah Kuck, Dr. Nneka Oswae, how are you today?
We are doing well, very well, very well. Thank you so much for this opportunity to explain what the graduate colloquium is all about. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I was just sharing with you guys a little earlier. I always get a little tongue-tied when it comes to colloquium. So thank you for saying that again for me correctly. So let me start with Dr. Kuck. If you could formally introduce yourself. I think you've been on the show before, but share with our viewers a little bit about your background and experience. We'll transition into Dr. Oswae and then talk about this upcoming event.
Great. Thank you all. Thank you all so much. So I am Dr. Sarah Kuck. I am a professor of political science at Albany State University. My area of interest includes adult learners, intergovernmental relations, anything to do with public administration and our student body. So I'm really invested in the students at Albany State, and I hope that that is reflected in my passion for serving our students in various different capacities, including our graduate students in our graduate school.
Absolutely.
Dr. Oswae?
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Nneka Oswae. I'm a professor of English originally, but I was also the director of international education, but now I'm the provost special assistant on internationalization and global engagement. So we are both co-chairs of the graduate colloquium, and that's why we're here. And to discuss what the graduate colloquium is all about, we are holding it for the second time. And this is a colloquium initiated by Dr. Oswae, who is the executive director for the graduate program at Albany State. So thank you for
You're very welcome. Doc, I'm going to take a little liberty. Pull your screen down just a little bit so that we can get the top part of you. Perfect. Okay. So what is the process in terms of faculty becoming involved? Is there something that they have to apply for? What are the various topics that are presented at the colloquium?
So right now is something that is open. This is the second time we are holding it. We've sent out the call for proposals and abstracts, and it's open to all faculties, not just graduate faculty. It's open to new faculty members and even staff members who have something to share. So by this process, we are encouraging everybody to feel comfortable. The colloquium is a trial ground for faculty to test run, maybe a presentation they want to do outside, but they're not very comfortable yet. So they will have faculty audience, they will share, and then we will all kind of make an input and say, if you can do it this way and do it that way. So it is a forum for any presenter to feel very comfortable to share whatever ideas or research, they are working on, or they are preparing to do an external presentation. It's a forum for them to come in and do. So right now, we've sent our call for proposal, and the deadline is the 14th of February. So we are calling on everyone to come and join. We are publicizing it, and we are inviting institutions around Southwest Georgia, Fort Valley, and other institutions, Andrew College, and Georgia Southern, all the institutions around to come and participate. But basically, our target is for our faculty to do the presentations.
I love that. Dr. Kuck, if you could weigh in, I think that's an absolutely great idea because, of course, we as members of the educational community want to share our knowledge, our expertise based upon the research that we've done. not only on an in an internal space, but external, because of course we want to impact and influence the greater society with again, as I said, with our knowledge. So I didn't realize that until you said this, Dr. Oswae, and then I've been to many, that again, the key design is to then be, I don't want to use the word critiqued, but to be assisted and supported by our peers in that space, so that when we get out externally, we are that much better. Dr. Kuck, tell us a little bit more about why that is so important. And then if you could go ahead and transition in terms of when the actual date is, what's the timeline? Because Dr. Oswae also mentioned that, we have to have this information in by the 14th, but then what to expect after that process.
Great. So it's actually a lot of fun, as Dr. Oswae said. So she and I moderated the event last year. And, my background is political science. Dr. Oswae's is English. We had presentations across the entire spectrum of disciplines, and it's timed. So if it's not your thing, if math isn't your thing, number one, you'll get something from listening to it. And number two, it's a timed event. So everyone is working on their communications craft, right? So everyone's working on the art of sharing information succinctly. And it's very collegial. There's great camaraderie in the room by the end of the event. It's lighthearted, it's fun, but it's professional. It's professional development for all of those that are in attendance and involved. So I look forward to it. So everyone that the deadline to submit prospectus is approaching. And so I would encourage any faculty that have any prospectus that they want to share, any research they'd like to share, to submit that brief abstract information. The event is scheduled for Thursday, March the 30th. And it's from 8:30 to 4, and it's in the East Campus Ballroom. And again, we do ask that if you plan to attend, to please register to attend the event, because we do like to be able to count on attendees for catering and other such logistical matters. So I don't want to undersell it. It is a fun time. We had a great time last year. We giggled, we laughed, we learned a lot. We shared thoughts with each other. And, it was a way for each of us to finer tune not only our disciplinary, our discipline and our information, but also our inner communication craft. So it's a great event.
It sounds like, and again, I've attended a few in the past, and I did enjoy. I learned a lot. So certainly about the different areas that interest our colleagues as it relates to study and research. But what I particularly particularly like about events such as this one is that we're so busy running in our lanes and making things happen for our students that sometimes we miss the important value of connecting with one another. And I love the term that you use, professional development. So it helps to build us as contributors to the education space better, in the sense of being presenting and helping to mold and develop our students. So who better to assist with that than our fellow peers and colleagues?
Excellent. Yeah. Sure.
Very good. Very good. So ladies, give us those dates again. And just before we wrap up, just give some tips to one of our colleagues, faculty members specifically, and thank you for saying that staff members can also participate and submit prospectus, but just give them some tips for somebody that's just, sitting on the fence. I don't know if I should do this. A little concerned in terms of how I'll be viewed. May not be as seasoned as a Dr. Oswae or a Dr. Kuck in terms of the collection of research, and then the important part as well, which is delivery. So give them some tips, and then we'll go over those dates again.
Yeah, definitely. That is the purpose of the platform. The colloquium is for that person that is not so confident, I don't know if I'm going to be laughed at or something. We are doing it for ourselves, and you be comfortable, and it doesn't matter how you present it, you're fine. All you need to do is just have some few minutes, put down that proposal, just a paragraph. I think it's like 150 words, describing what you want to do. what's the title, what do you want to do, and what's some of the findings or things you want to share with us. And just go ahead and submit it in that link. Once we get it, we have a subcommittee that will look at the proposal, and generally we accept, everything that comes in. So we look at it and we approve it, and we ask you and we say your proposal is approved. And then you go ahead and develop your PowerPoint. We only need about 10 slides or not more than 15 slides so that you can share that within 7 minutes. So just 7 minutes, you stand up and it's done and you're gone, So we are encouraging faculty, new faculty members in particular, even though it's titled Graduate Colloquium, it is open. It's a colloquium open to everyone to come and test the ground and see that they can do it so that they can go and fly. That's what we want.
Dr. Oswae, I want to add too that it's good for the seasoned faculty because they have a hard time with the time limit. Yes. So it's good for them. It's good for them to practice, being brief and covering the most important information. We found that as well. And that is part of the fun of it. It's part of the collegial atmosphere of it all. No matter where you are in your higher ed walk, there's always something we can work on. So
absolutely. That's right. Thank you so much, Dr. Kuck, for pointing that out. I was a culprit. I was go on and on and on. And it was like, Dr. Oswae, your time is... I said, oh my God, I'm also a culprit. I can't believe I'm supposed to be timing people, and now I can't even fit in 7 minutes.
It's because you both have so much, you have a wealth of knowledge that you graciously share with the world. So that's why we go over the time limit. I am so guilty of that too. Yeah. So I have to, I've even been in situations environments where I specifically have somebody in the back of the room and they're like,
sure. Wrap up.
Let's wrap it up. Well, I am super excited. Before we wrap up, please share the dates again, and then how that information is being disseminated. I think I saw something through ASU Info. Will that continue to happen up until the close date? And then again, just the date of submission, the review committee, you shared that, and when the actual event will occur.
Yeah, definitely. So the final date to submit the proposal is the 14th of February, which is next week and just around the corner. And then, of course, the actual date for the colloquium is on the 30th of March. Okay. So within this period, the committee will review and get back to all those who submitted proposal and tell them that their submission is accepted so they can begin to work towards preparing their PowerPoints and getting ready. So we have a date too, during which we communicate to, I think it's Dr. Kuck, do you remember the dates that we get back to every member that submitted? Is it the 27th or something like that?
Yeah, it was at the end of the month, end of February, for sure. Okay.
Yeah, so we get back to everyone that submitted a proposal. So those are the key dates. The 14th and the 30th. Mm-hmm.
Great. Well, I'm excited. I'm going to think about what it is I can possibly submit.
Please.
Yes, an abstract form. And then if selected, then I'll have time to further develop.
And I tell you, you're going to have fun. You're going to listen to science. We never ever get to have interdisciplinary experience. Yes. It was fun last year. We listened to how things that you put in your freezer could even have bacteria. I never knew. I thought that once I put in food in my freezer and it's frozen, I'm free. They said, no. And we all screamed, wow. And we were like, okay, so we learned a lot. You will learn a lot.
Yeah, I definitely have to attend now. It's either attend or do a purge of my freezer because I know I've got some stuff in there that's pretty dated.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
But thank you for sharing that piece because I love with you sharing that. That's certainly an indication of, as Dr. Kuck said, a cross spectrum of research and information. And as you said, Dr. Oswae, interdisciplinary studies. So thank you both, ladies. It's always a treat to speak with you. And on behalf of the institution, I know you all are very modest in terms of what you say that you do, and you both introduced yourselves. And I know it's like, we need to turn the page because you all do so much. eCore, Dr. Kuck, Dr. Oswae, certainly with our whole international representation and institutionalizing that. So thank you for taking time out of your super busy schedules to make this happen. I know it's going to be a success as a result of your leadership.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wilson. Without you, we're not going to be getting this publicity and getting everybody to know that they are welcome to this event. So we truly appreciate you and the TV station for doing this for us. Thank you.
Absolutely. It is my pleasure. It is my pleasure. Viewers, thank you so much for joining us for this edition of Realizing Potential. I'm Wendy Wilson, and I look forward to seeing you next time.